make you out every 8 to 14. Tax time. I live for it.
Hello out there in television land. Just a mini announcement. I am going to be beginning the conceptualization stages, and you know, my hair is growing now, as you can see. But I'm going to be starting up on a project I've been thinking about for a while now, but I never really had the gumption, the cajones to do it, because it just didn't seem like something I could really feasibly do. But I have the editing software, I have the cameras, and it's gonna be a tough thing to pull off, but I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, why not? And I'm gonna be writing and voicing all new episodes of the real Ghostbusters and premiering them on this channel. I'm going to do a whole new thing. I'm gonna, it's like it's because I have all the toys from the old series. I'll go get one of them right now. Give me a minute. So just a mini preview of my shit that I got over here. I have the firehouse. I can't find one of the doors, but sure, I'll find it. This is just something I think is gonna be blue. Find all the I got egon and all that shit. I got all that. So you'll see. So we put all the things together, make it nice, and it's gonna be pretty good. I hope, because they should really bring back the Ghostbusters cartoon. I don't need, if they're gonna, you know, tantalize us with the prospect of a film that's gonna come out, why not actually give us something that they can do? They're too scared. I don't know why they're scared of fucking up Ghostbusters. They fucked it up 10 times over with Slimer and the real Ghostbusters, any subsequent season after season 2, and whatever. So, but it's Ghostbusters, and there's no real way to fuck it up. It's just, to me, it's an old kind of comedy. So yeah, if they do something like Scary Movie or something like that, not Scary Movie, but those that kind of movies where the humor has no basis in intellectual intelligence, whatever you want to call it. It's just stupid humor for fart jokes and all that. That's not gonna help anybody. So yeah, I can understand they're worried about Ghostbusters being taken down that road, but as long as they get all the original cast together, they can stick them in a toilet and just have them taking a shit for 2 hours. I'll watch it, because they're about to die. Let's not pretend this is like we got all the time in the world situation. Ghostbusters is a series that deals with death, and it would be wonderful for the cast to come back and have a humorous look back at the Ghostbusters as a way of saying, okay, these guys, now they're going towards the grave themselves. What do they do in the face of that? It could be a lot of ground to cover. And they even have all these discussions about the difference between science and paranormal, whatever they call it, philosophy. And that's a lot of interesting ground. Just brilliant. If they really want to discuss that stuff, maybe have one of the Ghostbusters die and become a ghost. So it's really sad that they're not making the movie. I mean, that's the thing though. They made Ghostbusters 2, and I should really look at it. I'm gonna look at both Ghostbusters movies, because they're movies that you know, they're both very much they're flawed, but the first one's less flawed. The second one, obviously, I don't know what happened. They tried to make it like a cartoon. A lot of people comment on the Ghostbusters too, is that they tried to make it like a cartoon, but that's hardly the problem with it. The problem is why is Dana have a son now? What the fuck? What? Why? What's with the shit with the painting villain? I don't care about that shit. You know, and at least with the original film, Gozer was very dangerous. He was, and there was all this stuff about him being the bringer of Judgment Day and all that shit. That makes sense, you know. And it was actually tied in to the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters were responsible for Gozer. All of that was part of the prophecy of Gozer's coming. Is that there would be this huge release of ghosts, and because the Ghostbusters had been hoarding them for so long, and then the guy shut down the thing, that led to Gozer. So now there's nothing like that going on in the second movie. It's just, you know, to me, I liked it as a little kid, as watching Ghostbusters do Ghostbusters stuff. Courtroom scene was sweet as hell, but yeah, I mean, that's the first Ghostbusters movie I saw. When it comes to these kinds of things, I'm a '90s kid, which means that I saw the sequels to a lot of movies that I didn't know about. They had these original versions, you know. So I saw these Terminator this that. I saw all these Back to the Future 2s. I saw all this sequel shit, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Hmm. You know, and I wonder what happens before all this stuff. You know, I went. I have such a really vivid memory of Ghostbusters 2 when I saw that for the first time in theaters, and you know, it's a flawed movie, but just the cool factor is so much bigger, and it's more polished than the original Ghostbusters film. You know, it's just it's such a legendary film in my eyes. As a kid, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at these images that just completely solidify Ghostbusters' legendary status. You know, the storyline was completely lost to me as a kid. I have no idea what was going on, but my brain back then just captured the Ecto 1A and the sign and the Ghostbusters going through the streets. That was the Ecto 1 to me. The one with the scrolling words and lights and all that stuff. I watched the original movie later on in life, and I'm like, damn, that car didn't have shit on it. What happened? Wow, the next because that's my Ecto 1 is the shit with all that shit on it. You know that shit was beast. I like that. You know. But anyway, the atmosphere of the film, that's what I'm trying to get at. Ghostbusters 2 is truly a triumph in that regard. It's just pure, awesome visuals. That's Bill Murray's complaint, is that the story got lost. The visual effects people took the script away and just ran with it. And there's no story. I wish there was more action, though. The ending battle is garbage in that movie. It was just absolute ass. This was okay. I like the Statue of Liberty shit, but the thing where they just shoot the painting and they shoot Vigo with the slime. That's one thing that I got now. I didn't get it at the time. People say Ghostbusters 2 is a more kiddie version of Ghostbusters. They don't smoke. I don't think they even cuss once in the movie. You know, so. But that whole there's a whole they go into a Statue of Liberty, which is a big woman, and they have cans that are phallic objects, and they spray the inside of the Statue of Liberty with slime. Does that not make, you know, a point there? Doesn't that say something? So they didn't really go. They found a way. They found a way to make Ghostbusters still have that raunchy humor at its core. which is hilarious. You know, the whole point of the original movie was that this guy's basically the dick, and the woman is the gate, as it were, that will open in the vagina, and they have to come together, and that'll create the whole thing that goes with. That's as subtle as it gets. So, of course, as a kid, you're watching this and like, yeah, hotel packs. But when you see, yeah, you don't know that, you don't know that shit. You don't know nothing about no all that euphemism. I don't know what that word means. Just watching Ghostbusters. Uh, that was, yeah. Gonna make. I'm gonna do it. I gotta write the scripts first, though, which is gonna be tough because I can write, but I get that writer's block. You know, you just like shit. But you gotta really get into a flow. That's what it is. You gotta get a flow, like playing music. You gotta flow with it. You gotta feel it out. You can't just mathematically quantify the whole thing. You gotta feel like it's like jazz. You know, writing's like jazz, man. That's one line in that Tron Legacy movie that was good, man. That movie sucked, but that bio-digital jazz. That was good. A classic line in a film. Very few films coming out these days have classic movie dialogue because there's so many emphasis on giant explosions and microwave bullshit. Speaking of which, that nigga needs to stop fucking up old school movies and TV shows. Just stop it. He's not good at it. He can create these Matrix type shit visuals and all that, but that's as far as it goes. He should be a what do you call it, a special effects expert, not some goddamn actual serious director. You know, it's sad really that we have only two Ghostbusters movies and we got like three piece of shit Transformers movies. Basically the same goddamn movie each time. You know, I can't remember the difference between any of them. They're just the same goddamn thing. Somebody wants something, comes to the planet, starts saying, "Yo, I'm gonna take it. Fuck you." Optimus Prime and his niggas just go and they just blow him away. The end. That's it. It's fun to watch. I give it that, but I mean, I've played video games these days, and they aren't the same thing. So why do I need to go and watch a movie to do experience the same shit? A bunch of CGI with very cool looking dynamic visuals. Stupid. So anyway, before this video is completely done, I'm gonna get to work on that. If you don't know what real Ghostbusters is, look it up on YouTube. It's the cartoon version of the Ghostbusters that came out in the 80s. I was there at some point. I was born in 86. Ghostbusters came out in 84. The cartoon came out around 80. Shit, 80. I think it was the year I was born, 86. But anyway, I saw Xmas Marks the Spot when I was a kid. I was one of the most. This is the episode that I remember most. And I remember much about all the other ones. The series is a mixed bag. The only good seasons are season 1 and 2. Then it just goes to shit. It just stop any kind of maturity level to the series. It just becomes another forgettable cartoon, which they had all the time on the air. So you, as a kid, you would look for those cartoons that meant something. They had some sort of spirit to them, some sort of maturity, anything. So when I was a kid, I was watching, oh, this sucks. Okay, no, this shit's good. Simpsons, Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men. So I was like, yeah, that's good. And then of course you get like a Power Rangers episode here or there that was pretty good. And then you'd be watching one that was just lame and you don't want to give a shit about that. Sonic SAT AM. And then of course there was like Sonic the crappy version. Fuck that. Muppet Babies. I did not like Eat the Cat. I love Back to the Future. Actually, I did not like Back to the Future. That was a piece of shit. But I knew it was gonna be a show that years from now I wish I could go back and see. So I did find it. And that's it. This thing ain't gonna last forever. Ghostbusters is coming back. I'm bringing it back. Stay tuned.